Good morning, Mets fans, and happy Friday, happy Memorial Day weekend. It is a long weekend, and the Mets had a long weekend series start last night in Milwaukee, and shockingly, I didn't expect it, the Mets won. Not only did they win, but they won by putting up a couple of crooked numbers, which is always a delight to see. And Steven Matz pitched his the best game of the season by himself in a winning affair for the Mets last night. The offense last night was led by Nimmo, who started the game out with a leadoff double. And, you know, the first inning came and went, and at the top of the first came and went, I should say. And, you know, the Mets stranded the bases loaded, didn't get a run, and immediately, I'm probably not the only one that got the feeling, here we go again. And it was unfortunate for Mesoraco, too, because he hit an absolute bullet back up the middle that Zach Davies got a glove on to prevent any runs from scoring in the first. But it was just sort of like one of those things we were watching, and you're like, can't this team get a break? You know, like why couldn't that ball have just gone like in between his glove and his arm or his head or whatever, and get it out to center field and get 2 runs in the first inning? Because I'm thinking the bottom half, if Matz can come out with a lead, he might have a little bit more confidence. He might pitch a little bit better. But you know what? Honestly, as he proved in the bottom of the first and all the way through, he didn't need any runs on the board to be confident. He really was on his game last night. He pitched, again, like I said, I think the best game of the season for him. And he got the win. His second win of the year, I believe. Interestingly, both of them against the Brewers. Both of them came against the same pitcher, Zach Davies. His ERA will go down from last night. It was in mid-4s, like 4.4 something, and it'll drop a little bit after his performance last night. So, the story was Matz last night. I do have to talk more about Nimmo, though, because he was the absolute spark plug for the Mets offense last night. He had the double. He followed that up with a triple. He followed that up with another double. Then he walked. He is now leading the major leagues, I believe, with a 440 on base percentage or 444 on base percentage. I can't remember which, for all players with 100 or more at bats. And as I said this morning on Twitter, we always knew that Nimmo has a great eye and has great command of the plate. But I don't know that anybody expected this level of on-base percentage performance. And it's really great to see. And for my money, he needs to stay in the lineup every day, even when Cespedes comes back. So there needs to be some way to figure out how to keep Nimmo in there as the leadoff man and shuffle out Bruce and Conforto and Cespedes. Give them days off. Use Nimmo as the everyday guy. He is the absolute spark plug for this team. And without Lagares being there, Nimmo will not have to sacrifice any playing time. So that's, for me, that's an absolute positive. With Monday being the Memorial Day holiday and this being a holiday weekend, this will more than likely be the last video that I record until after Monday. Probably be back on Tuesday to talk more about this Brewers series. But I think getting the first game was a positive. Yesterday I talked about the Mets trying to go 3-4 on this road trip. I'm not going to make any kind of bold claims, and I'm not going to say that last night is indicative of anything that's going to come in the next 3 games and then the 3 to follow. But if the Mets can follow the formula they put together last night and have good strong at-bats and draw walks and get to the starting pitcher early, the Mets did get to and score runs off of the Brewers bullpen, which is the best ERA in baseball. That's something to build on. That's a confidence builder. And from a pitching perspective, the Mets have Syndergaard going tonight, so this is another game that I don't want to say it's a must-win, but this is really a should-win for the Mets. He's going to be going up against Junior Guerra, who my fantasy team will attest has had a really good year so far, so it'll be a tough challenge for the Mets offense tonight, but challenge accepted. They're going to have no choice to get out there and hit the ball like they did last night. After Noah, the Mets have Vargas on Saturday, who will be looking to follow up his best start of the season, which was this past week against the Marlins. Another very tall challenge, though, for him. I'm concerned about how well he'll match up with not only the Brewers lineup, but also with in Miller Park, which is an absolute hitters friendly park. So it'll be interesting to see how Vargas does. And then, of course, the Mets will close out the series with Wheeler on Sunday. So again, it's 4 games in Milwaukee. The Mets have taken the opener, and we'll see how things go over the next 3 before they head to Atlanta to face the Braves, starting on Memorial Day with DeGrom on the hill for the Mets, looking to improve on his ridiculously low National League leading 1.54 earned run average. So until next week, let's hope for a very positive weekend, and follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.